Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, well,
Got it. Okay.
we're back on strong meat, and we're going to go through some little bit of details on how to do strong studies. And I have Christy here with me today, and she is so excited about learning how to do this for herself. So I'm going to start showing her a little bit like I've shared with the others, and we'll just see where this goes. You know how it is. God just kind of takes control, and then it takes on a life of its own.
Okay.
So, what I think we'll do is we'll start with going to New Jerusalem, and I will
Okay.
screen share that now, and we'll just start there because that's
Okay.
home to me. That's home.
Right. That's yours.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to move all this stuff out of the way so that I could see New Jerusalem. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. There we go.
Here we are. Do you see how I did that, Christy? You when you come to the home page, it's like it's not this one. You just
Uh huh.
you just click. Let me see if I can move this again. When you put in the address, it first comes up this. See, and if
Okay.
you need that to go away, just click over here. Just click on the side.
Okay.
It takes you right to its page. So that's another page that needs to be moved. Okay, so here we are, New Jerusalem. All these areas here, this teaches you how to do different searches. This is the Webster, and this is download. So anything that you want to learn more about, this is where I learned how to search right here.
Uh huh.
Um, are you familiar at all with any of this, Christy? These,
Yeah, I've been on newjerusalem.org before.
good deal. You kind of
Yeah.
not familiar with it then.
Yeah, I am. And then like I have a Geneva, a 1599 Geneva Bible at home,
Okay.
but I also through Bible Gateway, they have the Geneva Bible online. And the reason I really like that one is because it's similar to King James, but it has footnotes,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. And then it forces me to go to the 1828 Webster's to look up certain words that are kind of defunct or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, I wonder what it is in the Strongs or something. So I'm kind of a little bit on the rabbit trail that you're on, but not as intensely as you do it.
Well, it sounds like
Yeah.
it. You've got an extra book there. I just use what he gives you here, as far as Webster's go. They like if you put in just any number, for instance, um, he always gives you the Webster word, see, right?
Awesome.
So the Webster word they're all alphabetized.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes they have a word number here that's different than this one. So he gives you both since it's volume 2, this word number though is this number.
The top one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
word number. I always just go with these. Obviously, that's the number I'm searching. So I just take this one out. I just erase it. It doesn't pertain. And
Okay.
these are your King James version. Every word is alphabetized. Okay.
Okay.
That is how many times um, that word is used. No, wait a second. No, alphabetized, alphabetical index. It's used right here, word count, right? It's only
Right.
twice, but it has a number that's coinciding with the number you're searching. Now, you
Okay.
know all about the Hebrew and the Greek, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the numbers in the boxes are
Yeah.
associates. Okay, and you're familiar with how they derive those numbers?
Well, explain that a little bit because I'm kind of not really. That's where I mean, like when you put the story together, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's like, how did she do that again? Because you're going so super duper fast.
You know it. And I'm taking for granted that everybody knows what these things are because you'll get it as we go. And if you don't know, that's what these classes are for, is to
Right.
explain it. Okay,
Right.
the way that Larry put it that I just love is these numbers in the boxes are counting Strong's numbers, all of them.
Okay.
This distance from here, from the end, is all the Strong's numbers: Old Testament, Hebrew, New Testament, Greek. Okay, which is 8674 in the Old Testament and 5624 for the New, and they put them together as one unit. Okay, like one timeline, one timeline there, and so that would be 14298 total. Okay, both of those numbers added together. So this number subtracting 14298 leaves you this leftover. Okay?
Right.
Now, from the Old Testament, which is 8674 Strong's numbers, that's the last one. The numbers go on as far as numbers go. But
right.
in Strong's numbers, it ends in the Old Testament at 8674. So when you get to 8674, you subtract 1658 and you get 7016, see?
Okay.
So that's this one. This one's a little bit different because they're shifting the numbers around to be in the Greek. You see, when you're in the Hebrew 1658, that's the system. But now when you go to the Greek, you're starting from a different position.
Huh.
Okay? You're starting from the end would be 5624 is how many New Testament Strong's numbers. So you subtract this from 5624, the end of the New Testament, and it's this remainder.
Okay.
So the 8674, since you've shifted out of the Old Testament, this is the end of the Old Testament, over into the New, this is now the new position you're searching. Now this would be the 14298, I think, total here. And then that would be, you'd subtract 14298 or 1658 minus 14298 or the other way around, and you'd get 10332, I think. Okay, because I'm not real good at all this math stuff, but it's,
me neither.
it still does. But I just trust that that's the way it is. It's like Larry said, if I have 10, all the Strong's numbers are 10, and I say, find me the number 7. Well, that would be, you go 7, I mean, so how many's missing? You see, it's like that. It's like how many's missing?
Right.
It's just a math process, starting from different positions, Old Testament and New Testament beginning, Old Testament end. So that's where you get all these different boxes, because they're starting your number from different positions.
Right.
Okay, so I hope that makes a little more sense. Like I said, I don't fully understand it because I'm not a mathematician very much, but I just play around with it when I want to know, because I know there's 14298 total, and then there's 5624 Greek and 8674 Hebrew, and that's all you need right there, those 3 numbers. If you have those 3 numbers, you can configure all this.
Huh. Okay.
And remember, you're looking at this number 1658. So that's your starting point. That's what you have to factor into the rest of the numbers that are here, the 14298, the 8674, and 5624. So you're playing with those numbers and adding and subtracting this, okay? That is how you do it. Now, okay, so you're familiar with Strong's numbers now. You know that the Hebrew is got the H in front of it, and obviously this is the only reference for it because it instantly goes into the Greek after this.
Okay.
So this is one-time hit wonder here for this particular number. And it's this gispa is the meaning. And you look at the spelling of it, how it relates if they don't give you a number, and look and see if it's anything close to what you're, and it's not, it's its own deal. It's its own spelling and everything. So don't worry about anything beside it, or because it won't relate. But this one has a root, You see, when it has that, there's something else you can look up that's connected with this number in the Greek. You see, probably from the alternate of unrestrained, to go at pleasure. So you want to click that because you want to get familiar with this word. Okay, so it means to come or go in a general sense, right? That's what
right.
Real quick. And so that's going to be there a million times. In fact, right here tells you how many times it's going to be there.
Wow.
24 times. So you don't want to mess with that one.
Right.
Oh boy. This meeting will end in 10 minutes, it says.
Yeah. Okay.
We will stop this when we get to the 10 minutes, and we will rejoin and keep going. Okay. Rejoin this.
Okay.
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 Okay, so we go down here and you look here at the Greek, and it means not just to come or go, but to look at that. It's the word free. And I'm like, wow, free, like freedom? Well, that relates. See, free man.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Born, exempt, not a slave, unrestrained. So to go at pleasure, like that is a citizen, not a slave. Wow, well, that sounds like where we're at, doesn't it?
Right.
America's all involved in slavery. So this is kind of like right on track for us. So now we're going to look at the word next door. Yeah, that's very close. That is a very close connection there. And it word freedom.
Yeah, freedom.
It's right here. It's in the actual number, you see.
And then liberty.
And liberty, yes. Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we picked a goodie. And then this one is to make free as well. Liberate. Wow.
Wow.
I love it. Okay, so we picked a good one. Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
So we see this first reference in Matthew 17. Okay. What I usually have a theme, Christie, that I'm looking for. This is a good one because it fits our day. That's what we want. We want to fit our day because you're a witness. You are a eyewitness.
An eyewitness.
Yes, of the Bible right now, because God wrote our time way ahead of time. The prophets were looking forward to this day, but you're living in it now. So
right.
You're an eyewitness. And therefore, all this prophecy is coming alive. It's literally awakening, your spirit and your soul, and it's just speaking back, resonating with you, and it's, denying or confirming everything you're seeing. And
it is. And ever since before Donald Trump, came down the escalator, I had been following you guys, because before that was Kim Clement. And then I don't know how many years it's been, maybe 6 or 7 that I've followed Rivka, but Kim Clement was even more than that. And so I started following his prophecies, and then the stuff that you guys were saying was reflecting what he was saying. And then some other lesser prophets today were saying, and I was like, how come other people can't see and hear what I'm hearing? But see, I was also very immersed in the Bible. I mean, I would study for hours and just hear from him. And just went through a lot of hard times. My best friend passed away like 10 years ago. And, my son, Charlie, he started having dreams and visions and a visitation from the Lord when he was 5. So, I mean, we've had some very awesome things happen, but at the same time, very hard, difficult things too. And I think that's what happens to, and I've even had people say, Christie, you're almost like a little watchman on the wall, a little prophet. I'm like, I don't claim any of that. I just listen. I hear. I was studying. I study less now than what I used to, but I need to take a break, every once in a while.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's made me appreciate. And when I followed Rivka, I'm no longer afraid. I haven't been afraid of coronavirus, pandemic, none of this stuff, vaccine, for a very, very long time. Amen. Even as far when Barack Obama was in office,
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to put that mandate on people that you had to buy the Obamacare. And I remember when I was asleep and before I woke up, the Lord said, don't worry about that. I'm taking care of that in 2 years. You won't even have to worry about it, because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought, okay, no worries. God just told me that it wasn't, it's going to be for naught.
Yeah.
And you don't really hear anything about Obamacare, anymore. He's going to repeal that.
Yeah, right.
He just said, don't worry.
Yeah.
So, and then with you guys, just every time that I listen to something you guys teach, you're confirming things that he said or that I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
because he shows us in different ways, because he knows how each and every one of us operate. So
yeah.
I have a peace about me that I just know that, we're his children. So we're going to be okay. We just have to obey his voice and do what he tells us to do. Even if it doesn't make sense, we need to do that thing, whatever that is at that time.
Right. That's good.
So, yeah. But you guys have been very faithful and true. And yes, it's prophecy. And I know prophecy is a huge part of the Bible, which is not taught or preached in churches.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to a church outside of Rivka for probably, I don't know, probably 6 years.
Yeah.
Maybe longer, because they're not preaching anything about meat. Yeah. They're not doing anything close to it. It's all milk. And I'm like, you know what? I've grown out of that. I can't do that anymore. It's they're, I don't know. It's like they're not living in the time. They're not living for the now, right now. Yeah. They're just talking about stories from the past, from the ancient past, and they're not applying anything to today. Yeah. Rivka applies it to now.
Right. Yeah.
So that, for me, that's very exciting, because it gives me hope and it gives me courage. And I'm like, you know what? God always leaves a remnant. Amen. And I guess we're it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's exciting times we're living in, that's for sure. There's nothing ever, no other generation never has ever seen anything like this. They probably wanted to, but there's a lot of bad we got to go through to be in this time.
Right.
This is the end. And look at the fight we got going on right now. It's literally a heavenly spiritual battle. So there's a give and take. There's good and there's evil, and God's prepared us for it, though. We're the generation that he saw that was fit to do this. We're the Joel 2 army that says, people the like of which has never been nor ever will be again. That's
right.
What? Think about that.
Well, and he said that he would never leave us nor forsake us. And I believe it. And I stand on Psalm 91, because Psalm 91 it's loaded.
Yes, it is where we're at right now. So whenever you run across it, you'll know exactly he's talking to your day. So many verses in Psalms and Proverbs that are speaking about our day, about how the wicked are going to be judged, and you're going to see with your eyes, and So,
and I believe it. We're going to see it right now, because there's so many doom and gloom prophets, and I'm like, you guys, I'm sorry, that's just not. They want America to burn. I don't.
I know it. I'm so tired of that. I do not want to hear that. And that doesn't encourage anyone.
No. And I've got a 13-year-old and I've got a 26-and-a-half-year-old that, what's their future going to be? You know what I mean? It's just like, God didn't give birth to us and create us so that we could live in misery. I don't believe that. Like, we are created by him to worship him, because he wants a family. We're a part of God's family.
Yeah.
You just have to decide, do you want to be part of his family or not? He's just a good father that says, you know what, if you listen to my voice and do what I say, you will be okay.
Right. Okay, we've got less than a minute. It's going to go off here in just a few seconds. So we'll close out now and then we'll come back. Okay, Christie? In the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
See you in a minute.
All right.
Okay.